Cat, when did we go? A couple of weeks ago, mid-February. I came back and I was talking to anybody that would listen to me. Man, this place is going to deteriorate quickly. You know who told me that? The Border Patrol and Customs agents. They're the, God bless them. Can you imagine what it's like to be in charge of 694 children packed in a room meant for 80? Can you imagine the COVID concerns that come from this? I saw it on their face. They'd had control of the border. The Trump policies worked, and to a person, every one of them told me, we're going back to the old way of doing business, but it would be worse this time. They knew what was coming, and I've been trying to tell people up here, it is coming. Well, I was more right than I thought I would be. And here's the good news. There's a way to fix this. All you have to do, President Biden, you don't have to listen to me. Go to the border yourself. Talk to the people in charge of the Port of Entry, the Border Patrol, and they will tell you what you need to do to stop this flow. And if you can stop this flow, I will sit down with you and any other Democrat and see if we can deal with the dreamers. But we can't do that until we stop the flow. I think it hurts the country. I don't know the political ramifications yet. It depends how this movie ends. If they continue to blame President Trump rather than understanding this was a self-inflicted wound, then they're going to be in trouble. You're going to see Democrats up in 2022 have to pick between defending the indefensible or breaking with Biden. How do you fix this? You leave. President Biden, Vice President Harris, owe it to the country to go to the border and see for themselves what's going on. Yes, yes. I went by myself the first time, now we need a big plane. So everything that I talked about in mid-February about the policy changes are beginning to overwhelm the system has come true. And again, the solutions are simple but politically difficult. If you believe in open borders, you would not do what I'm doing. If you believe in controlling the border, this would be the first thing you do. We need to finish the wall where the wall makes sense. But people are trying to get caught. They're not trying to come in under the fence or over the fence. They're going to the first Border Patrol agent, a point of entry they can find, and they're turning themselves in. They're claiming asylum because now they know their claims will be processed in the United States, not Mexico. And when the DHS secretary says the border is closed, nobody believes him because the word is out that you get to stay in the United States. 6 facilities have been created to hold unaccompanied minors in the last 6 weeks. 2 more are being created. We're on track for over 1 million people to come to our border. And they're not coming to avoid protection. They're coming to get caught. They're coming to claim asylum and game the system. And the Biden administration has turned on the faucet that had been turned off. And to expect an immigration bill to pass in these circumstances is just complete denial of the reality that exists in the country and at the border. If we legalize one person without doing this first, you would have multiple means. It is daily. Okay. So we have over 1 million people waiting for asylum adjudication. 500 judges will help. But when a family comes, they are taught today. My goal is to make sure they remain in U.S. custody, they get priority in terms of adjudicating their claim, that we change the credible fear standard to more meaningful, that they're not separated, they're adjudicated, we have 100 days, if their claim is honored, they can stay, if not, they go back. My goal is to make sure that every unaccompanied minor that shows up to our border is sent back to their home country. Until you do that, we're not going to have control of this. When they go back to their home country, we'll set up a system that they can apply for asylum in their home country. We can adjudicate that without them having to take this dangerous journey. any chance of passing in the Senate, and I would encourage Senator Schumer to bring up the assault weapons ban being proposed by President Biden. Let's vote on it. I think it would give a majority of senators saying that banning the weapon is not going to solve the problem. I own an AR-15, I'll get responsibly. Senator Coons, I think Timmy had a bill that I could support, that if you fail a background check, you need to notify the local police. There are a lot of people who get a judge in court of law, mainly endanger themselves or others that are not in the current background system. Up to the people, I would certainly try to put those folks into the system. But again, it's a right to own gun responsible in this country. I think that's some area of well, all I can say is that Democrats have used the filibuster a lot in the coming years. They filibustered this wrestling proposal that would have picked up background checks and focused on a couple of issues of firearms. So they blame the shooter. Just assume it was a white man. Most Republicans are pretty much tired of this. But every time there's some tragedy, yet another reason to say that white extremism is a threat to the country. That everybody's guns. It's not going to work. It's not working for American people. Again, the instrumentality question is not going to be the solution. A lot of this is goodness. It was not protected, not treated. But I would like to be able to protect the system. Just the Spanish flu, it came from China, the Chinese Communist Party. Biggest oppressed group in China, Chinese. The Chinese Communist Party are horrible to their own citizens. They deny their basic freedoms and rights that we take for granted. So that was clearly the China is just a fact. Okay, thank you. Well, I think President Trump is the most consequential Republican in the country. He's the leader of the party. For us, this is a himself, his leadership. I would encourage him to use his power to do the best thing on the citizen matter. You see him speaking up on foreign policy. I think he's talked about last night. Very, really astonished that he let him get his message. He thought that Biden would restore approach. They would not turn on the magnets as quickly as they have to get the question. And what does it say? The fact that the Democrats blame Trump says a lot about their playbook. No matter what the problem, Trump caused it. They caused this. They changed policies that were working. They gave an exception to Title 42 deportations for unfamily minors. It spread like wildfire. That's why you have some. If they get away with it, that's why you have no asylum seekers. So the fact that President Biden has not missed it before is pretty astonishing. I was there in February. I talked to the DHS Secretary yesterday. I said, my friend, I would like to work. I would like to do something for the victims. But we can't do that until we regain control of the border. And it's got to be a real clear action, not just message. You can't say the border is closed. The only time this is going to change is when the planes land with the children on the run back to the country where they go. The only way this ends is when the people who show up playing silent never get to stay in the United States for a period of time to break this surge on the border. If you're not willing to do those two things, then you'll never regain control of the border. You'll never have a successful immigration reform legislation, because you would have to be delusional to believe that legalizing people now under the current situation would not lead to more illegal immigration to run on the border like we have not seen before. So I don't know what it is over there. I don't know why they're so resistant to working with people to fix this problem. But it's my view that this is becoming the most dominant issue of the 2022 election cycle. In February, I said, there are no changes. Immigration will be more politically healthy in 22 than it was in 16. And here's my goal. Not to make it a political issue, to fix the problem. To do the hard things. The people on the right who do not ever want to legalize anybody, period. Most Republicans want to make sure that we deal fairly with those who've been here a long time, but we address the underlying problems of immigration. That's not an unreasonable request. There used to be Democrats who understood to get legalization on the table, you had to address the underlying causes of legal immigration. Those voices have been silenced. The open borders crowd is now firmly in control of immigration. Where is AOC? Why aren't you at the border looking at the things being reported? If you were worried about children on Trump being in bad conditions, this is worse. If you're worried about people having COVID outbreaks, this is the biggest COVID spreader in the entire country. So where are you? Thanks.
I thank the majority leader, and I thank the students present for allowing me to speak this evening. I just returned from the southern border, and I want to give a brief report and talk about some potential ways forward, dealing with what is happening on the Mexican border. I went with the Secretary of Homeland Security, Mike Mayorkas, and also with the chair of the Homeland Security Committee, my colleague from Michigan, and also with my colleague from West Virginia and my colleague from Connecticut, who are chairs of the members of the House of the Senate Homeland Security Appropriations Committee. So we had a bipartisan group, and those of us who are involved on the authorizing side and on the appropriation side. You probably heard that the situation is bad, and it is. There's a record number of unaccompanied children coming through our border today, being let in and ending up in Border Patrol detention facilities. Just yesterday, CBS reported that there were more than 15,500 unaccompanied kids in federal custody. That's a record. It's not just children. More than 100,000 migrants were apprehended in February alone. This is a 15-year record, representing a 28% increase just in Stanford. All the numbers from March will be even higher. We won't know the final numbers for another couple of weeks. But the point is, it's getting worse, not better. These numbers, by the way, are worse than the previous two surges at our southern border, both the 2014 surge, we all remember, during the Obama administration, and the 2019 surge during the Trump administration. And by the way, we have yet to reach the predicted peak, because that normally would happen in April and May. In fact, the Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, who is with us on this trip, has said that he believes this will be the worst year in 20 years for unlawful entry into the United States. However, the numbers only tell part of the story. This is also a humanitarian crisis. Migrants often face violence, sickness, and tough terrain on their dangerous journey north, predominantly those from the northern triangle countries, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador. Many are abused by the smugglers that charge them large amounts of money and bring them. Unfortunately,
acted with a reckless disregard for human life, that this was he was
Trump policies, and since have taken more than a half dozen additional actions
consciously indifferent to loss of life that his actions could cause. The Defendant's Act was eminently dangerous to others, was likely to cause death to Mr. Floyd, and as if common sense in and of itself would not suffice, the dangers of prone restraint, of positional asphyxia, has been known in the law enforcement community for about 30 years. This is if common sense wasn't enough. Defendant's own use of force witness admits that. And again, when we talk about danger, what is the danger? It's potential danger.
And of course, proposing an amnesty bill on day one. The administration has every right to do that. But it creates a disincentive to push back on new migrants coming in who are trying to get into the United States before that amnesty might become law. It certainly does, unless you also make it clear that you don't qualify for amnesty unless you're required to hear. And that's an important message that I hope will be part of any future discussions about any kind of an amnesty bill. So it doesn't encourage more people to come. Biden administration took these and other actions that incentivize people to head north, but then said, please don't come yet. We're not ready for it. It's no surprise that didn't work. And President Joe Border Patrol told me they're seeing an increase of about 150 to 200% of the illegal entry in the El Paso sector. There's many illegal crossings escaping into the United States because they deny it. Just as concerning that only unaccompanied children and families are being used by the smugglers as a distraction, so the smugglers can more easily move dangerous and illicit substances across the border into our communities. While the Border Patrol is busy processing kids and families extensively, the smugglers do. In fact, Customs and Border Protection has reported an increase of 360% in seizures of the deadly synthetic opioid fentanyl, which is 50 times deadly than heroin. There's no question that more of this is now coming across the border. It's already resulted in a surge of overdose deaths, by the way, which we've had during the COVID-19 pandemic in my home state of Ohio and around the country. It looks like, sadly, we're for a record year of overdose and overdose deaths, primarily from fentanyl, and fentanyl being mixed with other drugs. Fentanyl used to come from China directly, mostly through our mail system. Now increasingly it's coming from Mexico, since we passed legislation here to stop it coming through our mail system. Down at the border, I also had the opportunity to visit with the business facilities where they're holding unaccompanied kids. These children are being kept in tightly packed facilities, supervised by local border patrol agents. lack of space for children in the Department of Health and Human Services facilities, Border Patrol is having to detain unaccompanied kids for an average of about 137 hours, nearly double the 72 hours limit required by law. I'm concerned about the well-being of these kids, as we all are, because the system gets overwhelmed, people, and especially kids, suffer. And the processing system right now is overwhelmed, it's overcrowded, it's irresponsible. It's a situation where everyone no children can be in. Not only are these children crammed into facilities that are, by their own rules and regulations, overcrowded, there's no testing for COVID-19 in these facilities. Current policy is to result in tens of thousands more children being released to our communities, waiting for the immigration court cases. During previous surges at the border, the overwhelming immigration system, DHS stopped doing background checks on sponsors for unaccompanied kids, and many fell into the custody of abusive human traffickers. In 2014, for example, DHS placed Guatemalan children with criminals who put the children into forced labor on an egg farm in my home state of Ohio. They were forced to live in squalid conditions. An issue I've worked a long time on. In 2015 and 2020, as chair of the Board of Subcommittee Investigations, I led 3 bipartisan reports on hearings across the administration on repeated failures by the federal government to ensure the well-being of these vulnerable children once they were handed off to sponsors, as well as a fundamental refusal by HHS to accept that they were responsible for the welfare of these kids they placed with the dog.
There's a line along with the truth. Mr. Casey just spent some time establishing who Miss West is now. I'm simply letting the jury know of her past. Her credibility is significant.
Overruled.
Last week, I
The
introduced
witness shall answer the
legislation called the
question.
Responsibility for Unaccompanied Minors Act, which would
I
direct the federal
was
government
a
to
part of
meet
the
the
agent
requirements
clinic.
necessary to ensure
I
children
never
not
learned
abused
anything.
or exploited by the
So, Miss
sponsors
West,
if they show up to their asylum.
how were you initiated into this organization in your community? Were you just
Necessary steps to address
Did you rob somebody?
the current crisis that are
Use
to
of it?
safeguard these children.
Objection.
By the way,
Mr. Miller is badgering the witness and being unfavorably toward the officer of the court.
the crisis is not.
Okay. Be careful, Mr. Miller. Rephrase your question.
Border Patrol agents, Jordan told me, he believes
Miss
the
West,
crisis.
how were you initiated into the
Now, because he knows it's gonna get much worse, and he wants to have something.
Are there any former members of the A1 clique currently in the Nation of Islam?
He wants to see, like all Americans, concrete actions and change of course.
Miss West,
Much more than having.
have you ever stolen an item or item's value over $500 in concert with the A1 clique?
With those migrants who want a better life for their family. I
I
sympathize.
don't think the Fifth
I'm
Amendment,
sure we all do.
because I don't want to
There are
incriminate
millions of
myself.
people around the world who don't come to our country.
Okay, I
We have a
see.
legal immigration system that accepts.
Let me ask you another question. Have you ever been arrested for prostitution in concert with the A1 clique?
Apply for asylum. At the end of the day, these individuals who are going to our southern border now are making a rational choice.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Based on policy decisions
I'll go
by the
on.
Biden administration. What we need is a legal, orderly, and proper system
Good morning.
to be sure that people follow the rules.
We have that pretty good.
Bottom line is that what I saw at the border
So I see something.
is unsustainable.
It's going to-
And unfortunately,
We
it's
have
going to get worse. We're working against the line to try to find a way forward. When the Biden administration changed the
White
rules,
coats are getting put away for the
it dismantled the existing provisions which were keeping people from coming across the border. They could have put their own policies in place to try to deal with what everybody predicted was a surge that was coming. They didn't. More to the point, even if they were going to put their own policies in place, they should surely have waited until they had the facilities ready to handle the surge. They didn't. That's why it's
Chris's final wish come true with a gift of $19 a month. Wounded Warrior Project provides free, life-changing programs and services to veterans, their caregivers, and family members.
He wanted to help out ever since his past life and trying to reach that goal. Since the Warrior Project has been helping, I feel like I can help out the next person.
Now is the time to show your support. Now is the time to show you care. Call or go online with your gift of just $19 a month, and we'll send you this Monday morning Project Michael in memory of Chris, and as a reminder of your commitment to wounded service members all across our nation.
Through these donations, Chris's legacy of helping others will live on.
Please call or go online at honorchris.org with your gift right now.
Tommy John's is for men who value themselves and their comfort, who want fabrics that are breathable and insanely soft. With staple wristbands that adapt to the 360-degree stretch for men's rider and supports any run you make. And mindful innovations like the drop file, we've also reinvented loungewear. You can trust our thousands of 5-star reviews. Because Tommy John's, how are you?
Get 20% off your first order at TommyJohns.com or Drive Cosmetics and open your lash exercise therapy, stunning lashes, and 100% vegan, cruelty-free, and powered by our passport.
But they need to be able to enforce the law. That means better pay for our road patrol. It also means better overtime for that legislation. It also means ensuring that
You already know I'm always back.
I know. I just wanted to just call you really quick. I just got off the phone with another housing department, housing development. And so I'm gonna send you another email in a little bit. Are you getting my email by chance?
Like I said again, I got one from you, the one you just sent to my message, not my message, to my phone, where I sent you the picture of me when I was out in the streets.
Oh, I sent you like 3 emails. I sent you one from what's this person called Pierre Grove, and then I sent you an email from Jackson Pines. You don't want to
cause like I said, as long as you got a bathroom in the kitchen, I don't really care where it's at. But like I said again, just like I told Dave, this don't make no sense for me to go back into the situation that I already was in before. And just like I told all the people that I've been dealing with, this has everything to do with the legal system. I know everybody talking about, we trying to get you somewhere to stay right now, Mr. Nuff. That's just it. That's just it. As soon as I get somewhere to stay, I'm back in the same.
I'm trying to do both at the same time, and I can't. I'm trying to do both, but I don't know.
And triple part about it is, I'm trying to do both too, but I'm basically straight with one. I got a mortgage company doing my credit and everything, and they gave me some emails. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let Dave look at that debt, because all the places that I tell you, I have to send you something that they just sent me, because I just paid $100.
That's what I wanted to ask you. What's your priority? Like,
Yeah, I just spent, like I said, I just spent $100 to get into this here, because they basically did a lot of investigation for me just now, dealing with me not in the system for that $10,000 at the apartment complex. So right now I'm not considered as having bad rental history. So and what they were saying is they got houses for 2-bedroom houses with 2 baths for $480, $490, and I'm saying to myself, why is they people got me trying to go into these places where you can tell that these people are putting people in there like little sardines because they're getting paid to put them, because all these is nothing with these what you call them private sectors. That's all this stuff that you guys are dealing with is basically private sectors. All that's private sectors. All that's private sectors. Thank you. See, that's private sector. See, what you ain't realizing that everything is basically been political. You see, because if you look on there, they got people. Because, like I said again, if I wasn't doing my due diligence and doing the research that I'm doing, I wouldn't know that that's the reason why I'm having all the problems that I'm having, because I don't want to do what the system want me to do. The system want me to go and be woe is me and take medication and people take care of me.
Can I ask you, what is this? Could you explain to me what is that $1,000?
Okay, this the $10,000. They were saying that that's how much I owe him back rent.
Who specifically?
On housing, not housing, on the apartment complex, legal, going to the courts and shit.
Specifically to Copper Cove or to someone else?
To Copper Cove Management, the Copper Cove Management.
That's ridiculous.
And like I said again, man, I have all the proof to prove the point. You know, like I know, when the COVID virus hit, people wasn't really moving like talking about, right or wrong. And it was hard for people to move for the COVID.
Are you gonna pay that?
That's what that see, like I said again, the legal representation that I need to deal with all of this here will have me suing the apartment complex for everything they done did me because it was fraudulent. Because like I said again, there is a law about what was done to me as being handicapped and being in a non-subsidizing home. They was never supposed to allow me to get into that apartment if they knew that I wasn't going to be able to pay the rent if it went up.
So I'm sorry, I got confused for so you're not paying $10,000 or you are?
No, I'm not. Oh no, I can't, cause like I said, I'm not. Come on now. One thing that cause like I said again, it don't make no sense. And plus, they put me on. They put me on oratorium, so therefore they gonna get that $10,000 because of the bill what Biden signed. You see what I'm saying?
That's so ridiculous.
Like I said again, the whole situation is mind blowing because it don't make sense. That's why I say once legal representation gets involved, like I'm getting right now, it's gonna do what it's supposed to do because the truth got to come out. Because I did 10 years. I did 10 years there and they never missed a day's rent. So that was $67,000 that I put into that rat hole, and it was never fixed as handicap accessible for me to live there. And as soon as I told them that I wasn't gonna sign no new apartment agreement with them unless they fixed my apartment handicap accessible, they told me that they wasn't accommodating the handicap and I had to go because they wanted the apartment back. I said, well, cool, I'll leave. And next thing you know, to come find out they had a bad rental history where I couldn't leave.
So Mr. Williams told you that you secured this, right?
Say again?
Wait, I'm sorry, I just want to be clear. Mr. Williams told you about the lawsuit that Copper Cove is suing you for $10,000 for that.
No, see, that's it. Mr. Williams had to tell me that the damn judge and all that paperwork said.
Wow, that's so great.
Like I
I
said,
can't believe that.
what I told you about it, see? That's the joke that's the joke that we living in. That's the joke that, cause it's unbelievable. Why? Because they got us all like little children. Because once you realize it shouldn't be unbelievable, everything should be just that self-explanatory. Because the truth makes sense to the point where you can explain the truth. Anything that you can't explain, that's a lie somebody trying to put over on you. You see? So that's
I don't know. I'm so lost. Oh my God. It's like a spider web of like.
all kind of bull crap. A spider web of buku bullshit. And when I say that, the whole thing is, they know that I'm illiterate. So they think that they're going to be able to get all this stuff over on me because of me being illiterate and Dave not knowing how to help me. You see what I'm saying? But now I'm digging my own self out of this hole by letting them doing my research to know what I need to know. So when I point the picture, so when I point the finger at what I'm pointing the finger at, somebody got to lay up there and deal with what I'm showing them. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, hold on 1 second. Must be dead. I can't get the answer the phone to the lady. My holiday must be here to see me. I'll call him. But I have what they call it, St. Agnes. St. Agnes, supervisor on the bill there.
Okay, they have the supervisor.
But like I say again, it's, like she knows, she said, Mr. Norfolk, I'm so, everybody I can talk to that knows me is like, I'm so sorry this is happening to you. And I said, now if I was where I was when I was being over medicated, like I told you, I wouldn't be able to deal with this shit, man. I wouldn't. I know I couldn't. That's how I know that medication is something that I would never, ever, 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 ever. The only way they get medication here is, like I said, I go in the medical emergency room and I'm unconscious. They might be able to put some morphine in me to do what they gotta do then. But any other way, I go through that day and take all the pain that they can give me without pain medication. Cause that's how bad it is.
Every time I talk to you, I'm getting more and more
information, baby.
I'm getting more of the picture, and I'm seeing what you're saying, and I like to see what you're saying.
You see?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I cannot believe.
I know, man. Like I said again, that's why they made that word up, so we can make mistakes with each other. You see? Because nobody could believe that this is happening, but it is.
Let me ask you, this St. Agnes supervisor, who is she?
Yeah, she wanted to lay that too. I was calling up to tell her about what Molina Healthcare was doing when I was telling Molina Healthcare about how the doctors was over medicating me.
Well, what's her name?
Ann. I think it's an Ann or something like that.
And what does she do? How does she help?
No, like I said, all she do is make sure that Dave is doing his job. You see?
Oh, okay, so Dave works with her?
Dave works for her. She's the manager over St. Agnes.
Oh, got it.
And just like what she told me, she said she wished there was more that she could do, but all she can do is what the what she said, the requirements of her agency, and that's just to make sure that Dave is taking care of me and my needs as far as my health care.
Got it. So it's like a home St. Agnes home health.
Right.
Got it. Now I get it again. Okay. That's so good that you have like more people, like now I see more people who are in the picture helping.
Like I said, it's a been going on type of thing, but nobody really knows what to do because they still are not getting.
You know that saying when there's too many cooks in the kitchen?
Yeah, you can't get nothing done. But that's just it. If you got too many cooks in the kitchen, all you gotta do is give each one of them something to do.
I know, but I feel like there's so many people like that. There was
But then you got to look at it too. Then you got to look at it like this too, though. Then you got the people that don't want to be involved because they see that this got a lot of bullshit in it. And when it do hit the fan, a lot of shit gonna be out there. And if you got any skeletons in your closet, I'm sorry you don't want to be on this ship. And I know for a fact. See, you put like it's here, but that's it though. But you tread in water knowing what's happening because I'm giving you the scoop. You see? I gave them the scoop, and when they saw what you see, they jumped ship. Like you said, yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, I heard it. But I still heard that yet. You see, I still heard that yet because I'm just being honest with you. Too much pressure. I'm just saying, too much pressure make a water pipe bust. And I wouldn't want to put that much pressure on you because you're a female and you don't deserve it. Don't nobody deserve what I'm going through. Don't nobody deserve to go through this here with me. You see? Because this here is uncalled for. But I already know what they're trying to do to me. See, you gotta look at it too, sweetheart. I am what they call the truth roller to everything that I'm saying that I've been through. From the gallon contrast poisoning, way back in 05, 06. They didn't do nothing about that there. And that was the worst year for me. And I'm just saying, it was like they were trying to cover up what they had done by over-medicating me and having me kill myself. And I see it now. They were trying to get rid of the evidence of me right now, gonna prove all my points. Because I got over 60,000 hours of audio and video of most of the stuff that I've been through.
I am very, very strong about telling them you have a legitimate reason for me angry and being like medical doctor. But I'm also like I have my own thing, my own personal opinion about like I have my doctor's I have my own horrible thing.
But you went back, but like I said, you found one that you could trust and that was good with you. I got you with that. But me, listen to me, Kelvin, but me, I know for a fact that any type of medication could put me back to where I'm at right now, to never want to go back to where I was ever again. And never ever. You see, and I respect yours, because see, some people need medication because they all balanced in their brain and in their body. You see, but I ain't all balanced in no kind of.
But that's what's so sad, because when I tell them about this, they're like, well, but you know, I think this should also still
See, cause like I said again, man, the money is in me being medicated. And see, that's just it. As long as the system ain't making no money on me being medicated, they feel like I'm robbing from it. So they trying to get rid of me. I know, look, see, like I said again, man, look, if I didn't know what beats in all human beings' hearts, I could get upset about this happening to me, but I can't. Why? Because I know I can't control something as easy as what somebody else should know already. You see? And what I mean by I can't control something that somebody should know already, you should know the reason why you're alive. I ain't saying you should know what the reason is for you to do what you're supposed to be doing, but the reason why you're alive, you're supposed to know that. Once you reach that certain age, the wisdom of the Creator kicks in for you to know that, not believe that. The responsibility in you becoming a responsible adult is that you are responsible for what you tell to the children coming out your mouth. But we like a whole bunch of children, man, instead of responsible adults dealing with each other. That's why what's going on with me is supposed to be dealt with legally, because people need to go to jail. Too many lies are being told, and not enough responsibility is being used. Because we got too many people with high places and responsibilities, and they ain't doing their jobs at all. Because right now, who should be calling my phone on the hook? My social worker. I haven't heard from my social worker since the goddamn freeze. I don't even want to know, because during the freeze, that's when they were telling me that I got somebody new.
Do you know their name?
Ma'am, like I said again, I ain't talked to nobody dealing with that. I don't know nobody over there dealing with that. Because like I said again, I can't deal with them not doing their job. They've been not doing their job. I can't worry about them not doing their job, because then it's going to mess me up with doing what I know is not a job. It's my passion to just tell the truth. Like I'm sitting here eating my grapes. I mean, laugh my ass off. Good. Like I said.
Okay, I think I texted you, and I ended up getting COVID this weekend.
What you say?
I went to go visit my friend. Remember I told you last week, my friend had a little fire in the apartment complex.
Let me help y'all. Let me help y'all, y'all. I'm listening to you. Well, let me help y'all.
When I went there, I wasn't wearing a mask. I ended up getting sick this weekend.
So let me help y'all, y'all. Let me help y'all. Yeah. Because I love you. I need to let you know that. You got nothing but the common sickness of being some dirty shit. which your body will fight off naturally with your immune system. Now, for them to tell you that you had COVID, that was just them to go along with this game that they're playing on us, ma'am. Like I said again, they'll tell you anything that they want to tell you to get you afraid, ma'am. You know, I'm sorry to say this, ma'am. As much as you love your friend is still a part of the establishment, ma'am. He ain't gonna give it. He ain't gonna give his job up. Is he gonna give his job up? That's what I know, because he done went through too much schooling. He done went through too much schooling, and that's called the programming. He done went through too much programming to give his job up. Because just like with cancer, why the reason why we ain't got no real benefits in cancer? Because there is no cure to cancer, because there is no cancer.
Yeah, well, I mean, I agree to some points, but...
I know you can, but like I said, most people say, well, I know people that got cancer. Yeah, the damn doctor gave it to them. The chemo. I survived through a lot, ma'am, and I done talked to a lot of people, and I done dealt with a lot of people, and I done dealt with the doctors. Now dealing with the people, and now knowing some of the doctors, it's all about the money and the person not knowing better, man. Because why the doctor's not telling you the best way to stay healthy is to eat, to live, and not kill to eat? No, they ain't gonna tell you that there because they know that then you can be healthy. You ain't gonna see them anymore. Somebody let me come in and clean up. How you doing?
No, cerramos. Está caminando. Caminando. ¿Sí? Pues así se va a quedar.
¿Va que eso es cámara mía o no es cámara eso?
Sí. Si es cámara, pues.
Es lo que le dice la verdad. ¿Sí? ¿Verdad?
Ahí está.
Sí.
No lo había visto.
No, es que cuando venimos aquel día, este está conectado aquí. Y ahorita que lo ando viendo, ya está conectado a esto.
Sí, sí es cámara.
Es lo que le dice a la oral. Eso es cámara oral. Y me dice, no, es...
Si la tele está apagada, está grabando.
Oh, okay.
Aunque la tele está apagada.
Sí, porque estaba apagada la tele ese día, el sábado.
Ajá, sí, aunque está apagada, está grabando.
Y le dije yo a ella, eso es cámara oral, y le digo. Y me dice ella, no, ese es un juego, me dice.
No, porque es cámara.
Porque estaba el control, ¿eh? Y me dice, no, ese es un juego. Le digo, oral, este no es un juego, este es una cámara. Y le dije, ¿tú crees? Sí, parece estar el viejito que le roba, me dice, la roba.
Y la tiene para el café.
Sí. Y le digo que salió dándole las cosas al viejo.
A mi esposa que le digo, ¿qué va a hacer con la cama? Porque la cosa va a ir todo feo. No puedes estarle teniendo el teléfono.
No.
Ay, pero si no acabas me veo ahí. Debería de
si compro, supongamos uno de esos, ¿dónde se conecta a la tele?
Se conecta, ahí te dice, en las instrucciones ahí te dice.
Ok.
Y luego nomás bajas la aplicación y la puedes checar por tu teléfono. Yo pues tengo uno.
Sí, pues sí.
No sé si me costó 65. Es así. Es como una lamparita.
Ajá.
Chiquita.
Ajá.
La pones y ya nada más bajas la aplicación en tu teléfono y la checas por checar. O comprate el que se conecta a la tele, que está viendo la tele. No pagas.
Sí.
Déjame yo ver si estoy mal. Ay, no me veo. No me veo. Me voy a ver por detrás. Está bien alguna como la parte, ¿verdad? Mira las chichotas que se me miran. Las chichotas que se me miran.
No le voy a hacer la cama porque tiene un montón de cosas ahí.
Yeah, because they were saying if you take it down so that way they can make the bed. Okay, no problem. I'll let them know. Entro la chica siempre, por favor. Ayuda a la chica no tiene que ir. Entro todos aquí, sí. Vaya.
Se pierde algo, va a decir que nosotros lo metimos en la bolsa.
It's okay. ¿Qué gusta de ayuda? Mira. Sí, no puedo por favor.
Sí, pero si se pierde algo, nos va a echar la culpa a nosotros.
No, despacio. Ana. Teléfonos en hasta dentro arriba.
No me lo voy a dejar el teléfono.
Ok, esta no toca.
¿Y entonces qué va a hacer?
¿Usted vive? ¿Escucha aquí? Porque yo no puedo estar
No, chiquita, ven.
Yo no gusta mirar, María. Yo no gusta mirar.
Entonces nosotros tampoco nos gusta. Nosotros somos trabajadoras también, ¿no?
Pues mira.
Como Susan Santacho.
Ya todo el tiempo dile que mueva sus cosas.
Okay, yo hablo hoy. Hey, buddy. I was going to tell you, right now, you're looking for... Oh, right. Okay, I get it.
But as we say on the soul,
What? No. Yeah. 5 minutes and they're done. Están en la basura, ¿no?
Sí.
¿Qué quieres que lo cuelgue allí, usted?
Y él tiene más.
Buddy, I think you're going to do this.
Voy a hacer otra. quiere que guarde el pañal.
Él es codo, ¿no? Piensa que uno también es igual como él.
O el señor.
Ajá.
El señor tiene más
Por
pañales.
eso, ¿no?